Hello, my name is Jessica. Welcome back to Budget Freedom e-commerce series. I wanted to do another video today for you to talk a little bit about what I think to be one of the biggest mistakes when starting an online business as far as growth goes. So we'll go through our little three-step process here. Basically, when you're going to start an online business, the first thing to do is to research and to buy the stock that you feel that you want to sell. Then you list that stock, and you maybe put a little bit of advertising money into it, spread it around, and basically gauge the market's response to it. See how it's selling, how it's doing, if it's scalable, if there's demand, and if you're happy with the profits that you're making on it. Now, most people, and me included, I did this also in the beginning of my business, was I would get really excited when I saw a product line going, and I would think, oh, okay, to increase my sales, what I need to do is I need to buy more lines of that product, more variations of that product. And the more variations that I buy, the more sales that I will get. And it will just happen like that. And it did happen to a large extent. We were growing 60% year on year for 3 years. But then it plateaued. It didn't go any worse, but it wasn't growing as fast as it was before. And I have my goals that I want to get to, and I'm looking now to get to that next goal. And this next goal seems to be like it's just taking forever and just not happening. And I've been struggling trying to figure out what was basically hindering me from getting to the next point. I was going onto a lot of new platforms, helped a bit, but still wasn't really getting me to that next level. We added a lot more lines, again, helped a bit, but also didn't really get us to that next level. And after doing a lot of research and thinking and schooling myself and doing some classes, and it should be obvious, but as a small business, I came to the realization that instead of investing the money only in new stock, so I do think it's good to reinvest in new stock, but to a point, but instead of only investing in new stock, we have to invest in advertising. And there might be a whole lot of you out there saying, well, duh, how can this even be a shocker to you? Advertising is very expensive, and advertising is also very difficult. I do run my certain advertising every month, and it does a certain amount. What I'm saying by investing in advertising is, and I know that this is scary to small business because I've spoken to so many small businesses, and as soon as I mention these figures to them, they freak out. Oh, absolutely no, I'm not putting that kind of advertising budget into my business. But I have tested it and it works. So I'm telling you, you need $1,500 to $2,000 a month for at least 3 months to get your Facebook or Google ads advertising jump started. And I did another video on this. You can go back in our videos and you can find, it's called Facebook Advertising Secrets, the video, and you can watch that video. And I explain it in more depth. I will do another one with a flow chart. I'm working on it. I'm just trying to finish the outline of it to do it in more depth. But basically, when you run an ad, whether it's on Facebook, Google Ads or Facebook or any other advertising medium really, you need to run it for 7 days, 4 to 7 days. You need to target it. So it needs to be super, super targeted. It needs to be like, okay, we're going to target women 30 to 40 that only live in Texas or only live in France. Okay, so it is a super, super targeted ad campaign. And you have to spend $10 a day, so you can do the math. And what that does is it really pushes the algorithms out of the learning phase and into the collecting data phase. And that is where you start to make money. Because when you only put $100 or $200 into ads on Facebook and you run it, even if you run it a week, if you're not doing $10 a day, the problem is that your ad is not getting out of this learning phase. It's stuck in this phase where it's just learning. And what's the problem in the learning phase is it doesn't show it to everybody. So you might have women age 30 to 40 in France, 35 to 40, I think I said, in France, but they're not all seeing your ad. Why is that? Because it's learning. So what Facebook is doing, or Google or any advertising platform, is they are selecting 10 women out of 40 and showing you the ads and seeing if there's any interest in it. If there's interest, then they will show it to more people. And that's the learning phase. So if you never get out of the learning phase, then you're constantly in the selective advertising testing phase where you're not going to make money. You're literally just donating your money to these advertising platforms as a donation every month. It would be better if you just took that money and donated it to your local charity. That is literally how bad it is. Once you get out of the learning phase, it shows it to absolutely everybody. And that is powerful because when it's shown to everybody, then you're getting bang for your buck. Then you're getting the real chance of making a sale. But in order to do that, you have to invest the money to get, first of all, your pixel, to have that information in it, to get, whichever advertising platform you're working on, to recognize that your ad is viable and it's worth showing to people. And then they start to push it. And then as the more they push it, the more money you make. And then it starts to become, okay, just a monthly investment of, let's say, a few $100 a month, or even $1,000 a month compared to $2,000 a month trying to test it. So this is a very scary concept to a lot of small business owners. It's a scary concept to me. But I said, I've tried everything else. Instead of investing $2,000 in more stock, I am going to invest $2,000 in this advertising situation and see what happens. And I did, and the results are phenomenal. You really get a lot more sales. It does take investments, but it does work. And this is how all these huge advertising companies that want to charge you $10,000 a year to advertise for you, this is the secret that they use, that they don't want to share with you. And to go with them, it's even more scary because you got to pay them $10,000 a year. Plus, you got to pay for the advertising costs. So you're looking at $20,000 to $30,000 a year to try to get your advertising started. When you can do it on your own, you just need to understand the secrets, set up your things properly, invest the money, have a little faith, and work on your own advertising. So what you do is you get your ad out there, you get out of the learning phase, you learn which audience responds to your ads, then you make another ad and you retarget it and you just push ads to them constantly and then they buy. And then you start a new learning campaign to find another set of people that are going to buy from your ad. And you can try all kinds of different things like engaged shoppers, people that are finding new jobs. It depends on what you're selling. If you're trying to sell, like, let's say home and garden, you're going to target to people that have an interest in gardening in the outdoors probably. So it's very, very complex. I don't want to go into it too much in this video, but I wanted to really just share that with everybody out there and explain to you what I found was the biggest mistake. So now that I have started to invest in the advertising part and building that into my budget and into my business as a real cost, our business is starting to grow again. And I can see us getting to that goal that I have, that next level, where we're out of that plateau now. Where before we were really, really stuck in that plateau and not going anywhere. It didn't matter that I was adding 20, 30 new items, new SKUs. Now it's actually getting out there to people to see it, to buy it, because it doesn't matter how much stock you have. If people are not seeing it, who are you going to sell to? And unfortunately, we're on Amazon, we're on eBay. Being on these sites is great. You get a lot of sales, but again, it's limited. It's up to Amazon or eBay's decision whether they're going to promote your product or not. So what you need to do with your advertising is get out there and drive sales to your website and get your website known and get your brand known so that you're not depending on a platform and people are not depending on the platform to show them what they want. You're showing them directly what they want. And that's how you're going to grow your business and really scale it to the next level. So I invite you to learn about it. Ask questions if you don't know. Let me know in the comments. Like and share this video. And save and invest in your advertising. It's a really big and good investment if you want to scale your business and get to the next level. All right, thank you for watching. My name is Jessica, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.